This is the Backlog Battle Podcast, episode 205.
Glorious!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Backlog Battle Podcast. This is Alex.
And this is Daniel.
We don't have much to talk about this topic, but I feel like it should be noted because I know a lot of you guys out there who are listening and a lot of you folks out there who are listening are really huge fans of like The Witcher 3. Well, today, as of this recording, which today is the 10th of January, Cyberpunk 2077's Twitter account beeps to life after 4 years of total silence. So it's literally the first tweet that it's done after 4 years was beep. That's it. Beep. Basically just it just says beep. And just to kind of reiterate to you guys how long ago it was since the last time they've actually tweeted on that account, the last tweet was December 5th, 2013. And specifically this beep, as of like before this recording of this podcast, they've had 28,000 likes, 2,400 replies, and about 11,000 retweets. So honestly, people are super freaking excited about Cyberpunk 2077 kind of, booting back up to life for some reason. So, and mind you, this is the official account. And again, CD Projekt RED is like one of those companies where they won't do anything unless they feel like it's worth showing. And here we go. Like, I feel like, I don't know about you, Daniel, but I feel like we're going to hear something about Cyberpunk 2077 anytime soon now.
Yes, and I'm interested. It sounds
doesn't sound like you are.
What?
Doesn't sound like you're interested. You're like, yes, that sounds pretty cool. Like, okay.
I mean, Jesus, dude, you're calling me out here.
I totally am, because you were so excited. You sound really excited.
Okay, okay. I'll put it to you like this. I'm not like super excited, but I am at least interested, you know?
Okay.
So I'm not like, jumping out of my seat going like, give me that fucking Cyberpunk, but I am like,
at
okay.
the mouth.
I am at least like, okay, show me some gameplay. Let me see what this game looks like. You have my interest, but you don't quite have my attention yet.
Okay. Well, maybe if you played The Witcher 3, finally, you would have basically like frothed at the mouth at this information. But someday.
But what if I hate The Witcher 3?
I don't think so. I've had Western RPG fans and Japanese RPG fans like freaking telling me like it's awesome. Now, there is like this interesting contingent of people who say that they're not interested in The Witcher 3 or they didn't like it when they played it multiple times, but I feel like it might be a I think it's I can't really say, actually, now that I think about it, I can't really say like why they didn't like it, because they just said they didn't like it, which doesn't really have any much context, right? So there you go. Like, whereas the people who have told me that they've liked The Witcher 3 after I've recommended to them have always kind of are very wordy about it, if that makes sense. Like when you're really loving something, you can really like just the words will just overflow out of you and stuff, which that's usually what happens with most people The Witcher 3. But again, there is a contingent. You can't please everybody, I guess is what I'm saying. So, but I am looking forward to this because the way that I kind of framed this sort of announcement was, The Witcher series is what Dragon Age is, and the Cyberpunk series is kind of like, a Mass Effect, like their
I was gonna say massive.
And actually, like, if you look at the entire history of CD Projekt RED, though, you would think the same way. And actually, the comparisons are valid, because even if you've watched No Clips documentaries about CD Projekt RED and stuff, you'll actually know that CD Projekt RED was, I don't want to say built upon, but they were pretty much like, their bread and butter when they started was porting, BioWare games to, to Poland. Like, that was their bread and butter. That's how they actually started CD Projekt in general. So they've had this long, and of course, who could forget that the first Witcher game is basically like the Aurora engine, that they like the BioWare Aurora engine. That was literally the engine they used. So the roots that CD Projekt has with BioWare run super fucking deep. They're super deep. So the fact that they're trying to make their own, I don't know, sci-fi saga, video game series, not coincidental. I think they know exactly what the hell they're doing, So that's why I'm super excited. So maybe they can out Mass Effect BioWare.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. Tall words.
I like the sound of that.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, BioWare has been, a little hit and miss. I'm gonna say that
quite a bit, and like we have to ground ourselves with expectation. I feel, because a lot of people just look at BioWare games and say like, yeah, I like most of the games, but did you guys play the Sonic RPG that they made?
No, and I don't.
Yeah, and Dragon Age 2. Let me tell you something. BioWare is not infallible. Like,
dude, I platinumed Dragon Age 2.
Ugh. I'm sorry.
I never want to look at that game ever. And that was in my weird phase where I was really into getting trophies and
yeah, well,
just the very thought. No, I can't. I could never bring myself to ever touch that game again.
Well, there you go. I think we'll end it with that for the news today.